Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I am building another family home, and this time I am building one here in Brindleton Bay because, well, I love Brindleton Bay and I realized I have not built here in too long. I'm not really sure actually how long it's been, but too long in my opinion, and it's just so cozy and I love the environment and the types of homes that fit here. And I thought that I would build a Craftsman style house because I thought it would fit Dream Home Decorator and Brindleton Bay, so I thought I could bring both of those packs together and come up with a Craftsman style house. And I'm not really sure if I've ever built a true Craftsman style home. I might have. I don't know though. I can't remember. I built a lot of things and I'm not sure if I have, but either way, this is a pretty good size family home. There are 3 bedrooms. It's actually been like a little while since I built this, like a week or so. So if I do forget anything, then forgive me, but I'm pretty sure I did 2 kids rooms, one for probably more like a teenager. I was thinking as 1 kid, but there are bunk beds in their bedroom, so you could easily have 2 kids in there if you would like to, or 2 teens, I mean. And then there is a kids room that's very purple and adorable, and yeah, it's a super cute room. And then there's the parents' bedroom. Now, the parents, I think, are both interior designers and they work together. I think one actually might be a photographer, but one's an interior designer for sure. But either way, they work together. Maybe one runs like the portfolio and takes all the pictures. The reason I'm saying photographers is because I used some photography equipment and put it in their office space. But the office space is really nice, and of course you could easily turn that into another bedroom if you needed more bedrooms, because this is actually a really big lot and the house doesn't take up too much of it. There's a lot of outdoor living spaces. There's an outdoor dining and like whole barbecue area. There's a big swimming pool. There's a swing set, and I can't remember if I do a sandbox area. I don't think so. I think I wanted to, but I didn't really feel like there was like enough space for it. You could probably fit one in, but I felt like it would just be overcrowded. So there's lots of room if you want to have like a dog and they could run around. And of course, oh my goodness, now that we are getting the cottage life, I think it's cottage life, the cottage life pack, you could have chickens if you would like. I'm so excited that we are finally getting chickens. I have wanted them for so long. I'm excited about the other animals, especially the llama and the bunnies that are so cute, and the cows. And then there's like birds and foxes, and it's just gonna be so magical. I'm like really excited. I just want to like play as like Snow White or something and live in the forest with all the animals. I just would really want to play the game once that pack comes out. I'm so excited to play around with it, and of course build too. But either way, you could, of course, if you wanted to, you could have a pet here, and there's lots of space for that. I really only want to talk about that pack now. Of course, I'm going to try not to, because this pack or this build was done mostly with Dream Home Decorator. I did use other packs, by the way. It wasn't a limited pack build. I tried to use everything that I had available to create this Craftsman style house, but it was definitely one of the main packs. So if you recently got it, then maybe this house will be for you. But of course, let me know what you guys think about the house. Do you like it? Do you like Craftsman style houses in general? Maybe if you guys do, then I can build some more of them. I'm not really sure if I could really make anyone that looked too different from this one though, but if you guys like them, definitely let me know. But here you can see I'm working on the floor plan. I originally was going to place the kitchen where the office is, and I tried decorating the build that way, and it was really confusing to me. Like I could not get it to come together. So I ended up moving the kitchen over here, and it's a pretty small kitchen, but it's a really interesting shape, and I'm pretty happy actually with the way it turned out, even though it's smaller than I would have liked it to be, because it's just so different than I think I would have made it otherwise. So I'm really happy with it. And of course I'm using the new counters that came with Dream Home Decorator. I actually use a combination of both of them. I think I do the island a different one than the actual counters. So I tried to use a lot of blacks and grays and darker colors because I don't usually build with that color scheme, but I really love the orange wood tone. And at first I wasn't going to bring that into the interior, but then I remembered that I used that same color for the garage, and there's a lot of like other items that came in like a Tiny Living and Eco Lifestyle that had that same orange wood tone. So I just knew I could make it really cohesive that way, but I still wanted to leave it mostly dark. So I tried to combine the two, and I really like the way it turned out. So hopefully you guys will like it too. You may notice that I did just put some tile over where I said the office is going to be, and that's because I did think for a moment about making that the laundry room and then turning the garage into like a home office. And then I quickly changed my mind and was wondering why I was going to do that when I could easily just put a washer and dryer in the garage and then have garage items and then have a proper like office workspace for the parents in the build. So that's what I decided to do. But here you can see I'm adding some decorations and clutter to the kitchen. There's a microwave over here as well as a refrigerator. And then I also put this shelf from Eco Lifestyle here in the kitchen. I thought it looked really nice in here. It's kind of bulky. It does take up a lot of space and your Sims actually can't walk past it through the way to the sink, so they can't get past it in the island. So if that bothers you, then maybe you'd want to remove it, but it didn't bother me too much when I was playtesting because your Sims can just walk the other way, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And here pretty soon I do switch up the counter. I think once I realize that that orange wood tone is on the exterior, I think here in like 2 seconds I switch it up. And yeah, I think it just brings a little bit more like softness to the interior. It was feeling very cold, and I think that's why I don't normally do black and white interiors, because I just feel like it feels a bit cold. And so I think the orange wood tone just kind of warmed it up for me and just brightened it up and made it feel a little bit more cheerful. Now over here is going to be the living room. The living room is honestly not my favorite spot. I think I even stopped decorating it and move on to a different part of the build. The living room is unfortunately kind of cramped because of the stairs, and I honestly tried to do a million different floor plans, and sometimes floor plans are just a struggle. And so this was one of those builds, and I really did not want to change the exterior, even though I waited, like I always say to do. I waited to do the floor plan before I even finished the exterior. But yeah, it just, I don't know. The interior floor plan is not one of my best. I think I make it work for what it is and like the weird shape of it, but the living room's just smaller than I would like it to be. But maybe that's just the style of the parents that live here, because I feel like they designed this house, so I'm gonna blame them. It's kind of a little bit of a cop-out, but I do think that they are designers, like I said. I think one of them mainly does interior design. The other one I think also does interior design, but more takes pictures and maybe works on their portfolio, or maybe they take pictures of other things. I'm not exactly sure, but I do think this is like their dream home, and they have worked really hard and they have designed this house themselves. So I think they like it this way. But either way, I think, like I said, I worked with this space and I do really like it in the end. I, of course, wouldn't share something that I didn't like, but the living room is not 100% my favorite ever. But thankfully, we do have the sectional couches, so I was able to make like a tiny sofa to fit next to the staircase. But over here is where I realized, why did I place the, because originally I placed the camera equipment in the garage because I thought about turning that into the office like I was saying, and I was like, what am I thinking? So I quickly moved it over here and I paired two of those desks together to create a workspace, and I put this bulletin board above it. I recently did this in an apartment, but I actually built this before I did the apartment, so I actually got the idea in the apartment from this build. And then I put some extra camera equipment from the Moschino stuff pack, I think is what it came with. And then other than that, I just put like a side table in here. I tried to clutter it up with decorations that I thought made sense for their careers, and just tried to make it look busy and lived in and like fully decorated. I even go into like the debug menu and pull out certain decorations to put on the desk space just to clutter it up and make it feel like they've been actively working recently, and I'm really happy with the way that turned out. But over here I'm just adding some decorations to the side table and picking out a rug. And I really love the bulletin board, by the way. I know I've mentioned this in like every single build that I've used it in, but I really love when we get a new career and we get items that are specific for that career, and you could actually kind of like see their work in a way. Like this one has like a floor plan, and it has swatches and little design sketches and stuff. It's so perfect, and I hope that we get more stuff like that in the future. There you may have noticed that I was having a little bit of trouble placing the curtain on the window. Have you guys been having the same trouble where they snap to the outside of the window? I don't know if the windows are being placed backwards and that's why it's happening, but even if I flip the windows around, it seems like the curtains all want to place on the outside of a build. It's been happening to me a lot recently, so let me know if it's just my game or if you guys have been experiencing it too. I'm not exactly sure, but anyways, here you can see I am decorating the garage. So in here, there's the washer and dryer, like I mentioned. There's a woodworking table, there's garage clutter, just kind of like basic garage stuff, really. I mean, I think it looks nice, but it is pretty simple. But over here is going to be the downstairs bathroom, which is also really simple. There is another bathroom upstairs. It's a shared bathroom between the bedrooms. I didn't really have the space to do an ensuite to the parents' room, but I wasn't too worried about that because it's not totally necessary. And besides, I only really thought about 4 Sims living here, but like I said, you could fit 5 really easily. And of course, you could turn the office into a bedroom too, or the garage. Really, you could turn all of those into bedrooms and have a ton of Sims living here. But here I am going to quickly decorate the upstairs bathroom. So yeah, this is the one that I was mentioning a few seconds ago that all of the family shares. And in here, there is a bathtub, a toilet, a sink, a stand-up shower, all of your regular bathroom things. It's very similar to the downstairs one, just a little bit bigger. I tried to make it look kind of interesting because it is a long, narrow room. So I tried to make it look pretty. And I love these counters that have the hanging towel from it. When I originally saw it, I was disappointed that the towel was stuck there. I still wish it was separated so we could place it wherever we want to, but it's a really nice detail. And I don't know, I just like stuff like that because it makes it feel extra lived in and decorated without really needing to add too much extra detail. Of course, I still clutter it up and add decorations because I just like clutter in The Sims, apparently. I think I like clutter in real life too. I just like things to feel fully decorated. But yeah, anyways, over here is going to be the hallway. It's pretty simple as well. I just add a few things in here. It's a pretty narrow hallway, so honestly I didn't want to add too much because your Sims would probably struggle walking through it. But over here is going to be the parents' bedroom. So the parents' bedroom is very similar to the rest of the build because, like I said, I thought they designed this house, and of course usually I just do that anyways because it makes the build feel cohesive. And I think whoever the parents are or the adults in a build have probably decorated the rest of the build too. So I feel like their room would probably be similar. So yeah, that's what I did here. And I'm creating a little open wardrobe using some of the dressers and the new hanging clothes. And of course the cabinets above too that you have to hang the clothes from. And then I just cluttered up with some boxes and clutter, and of course some of the shoes too, which I absolutely love. And when I go to decorate the teenagers' room, I actually end up swapping out the shoes that I place here in just a second. Not the heel ones, but the sneakers, because I went to go place shoes in there and I quickly realized that the other ones I was going to use look way more like adult shoes because they're more like loafer dress shoes, and the sneakers, I mean, definitely work for adults too, but I think for this build, it was definitely more appropriate to swap them out. So you'll see me do that in just a little while, but over there, I just created a little seating area, and I really like that chair, by the way. I've used it in like every single build that I've done using Dream Home Decorator. I think it's a really nice chair, but either way, over here is going to be the teenagers' room. So like I mentioned, I am going to use these bunk beds in here, but I just think there's one teen in here, but you could easily change that or have it be a kid's room. It doesn't really matter. But I was thinking about the teen's personality as I was decorating this room, and I decided that they really like soccer. So I ended up placing a lot of soccer related items in here, posters and different decorations, and just kind of like sports clutter in general. I feel like they're just really like athletic, and they also want to go to Foxbury Institute to play soccer. So I placed a little Foxbury statue in there. I think that's the only thing that I placed from Discover University. I mean, I may have placed other things, but when it comes to the like actual school related items, I think that's the only one. But I think that's where they want to go. Of course, you could switch that up too. But yeah, I thought that was kind of fun. I feel like I haven't done a sports related room for a teenager in a while. I've definitely done it for children quite a bit, but I can't remember the last time that I've done it for a teenager. Hopefully it's not too recently, but I feel like it's been a while. But either way, here I'm just adding some posters. I also ended up using this bath mat that came from Parenthood, and I sized it up because it has a soccer field on it, so I thought that was pretty perfect. And then over here, I do end up placing a dresser and a computer desk, and I think I put a laptop on the computer desk. I can't exactly remember. And I really wanted to use the floor clutter from Parenthood, by the way, that like messy floor clutter, but I thought it would just block the sim from being able to use their bedroom, because if I remember correctly, your Sims can't walk over it. Maybe they updated it since the last time I play tested with that stuff. Let me know. But yeah, I just felt like it was a bit too much because the room really isn't that big. But there I just swapped out the shoes. So yeah, the ones that I chose I think are a little bit more appropriate, especially for the adults that I imagined lived here. So I thought that worked out pretty well. And then I also ended up placing some more posters over here. I have another soccer one and then a football one. And then I also have some trophies, and yeah, that's it for the teens room. So over here is going to be a kids room. So I ended up making this room very purple, which wasn't my original plan, but I ended up placing this bed and I decided I really liked it. So I just kind of based the entire room off of that bed swatch. And so I just tried to find decorations that I thought matched it nicely and different toys and stuff. So I ended up placing, of course, like toy clutter in here. I placed that little medical bear toy. I forget what pack that came with. It may have been Parenthood. I can't exactly remember. And then I also placed a dollhouse in here and a toy box. And then of course there's a bookcase and a bed. It's a really small room, but I was able to fit quite a few activities in here and I really do like it. So yeah, hopefully you guys will like it too. It did take me a while to decorate and I ended up swapping out the wallpaper for this one because it has the purple grass and like the butterflies and I thought that was so cute. And so I ended up hanging that little butterfly wall hanging and I thought that just matched so nicely. So yeah, I thought it was a really cute room. And then here I am finally on to the landscaping. So I completely furnished the entire build besides the outdoor areas before I did the landscaping. And honestly, this was because I really wasn't sure how I was going to fill in the space because this is a really big lot. And honestly, I haven't built on this lot in a really long time. And I think I've only built on it one time, if I'm remembering correctly, and that was shortly after Cats and Dogs was released. I did a collab with a bunch of fellow simmers and we called it the Brindleton Bays, which was, it was such a fun collab and I collabed with them a couple more times, but either way, I built a vet clinic here and you can find it in my save file too if you guys have downloaded that. And speaking of that, I know I need to do an update. I get questions about it all of the time and I really want to do a proper update where there's a lot of changes and not just like a few new builds. So I've been slowly working on it. I've been trying to, so I'm making progress and I really want to have it released before the next expansion comes out because that's of course bringing a whole new world and I am already behind on the existing worlds. So that's my plan. I hope I can make it happen because I really want to be able to share an update with you guys. But like I said, I want it to be a proper update. So I've been placing all my builds. So all my new builds are placed for my save and I've been redressing townies and I need to fix some of my old builds because at some point in some update, the staircases broke and I've gotten a lot of messages about my builds not working because of that. And that's, yeah, completely out of my control. I don't know when that broke, but I mean, it's not completely out of my control because I can fix them. I know how now. At first I didn't know how, but yeah, I need to go through like all of my builds basically. I've gone through some of them already. It's not all of them, but like 2-story ones where I have open staircases. They're broken because the way I used to do them doesn't work anymore. So now I had to do it a different way and go and fix my old ones. So I don't want all those houses to be broken when you guys download my save because I feel like that would be really frustrating, especially if it's your first time downloading my save and then you can't even use the builds. But yeah, so I'm working on it. I will keep you guys updated. But here you can see I'm working on the landscaping. I placed a swing set, a swimming pool, some flower boxes, and lots of live edit objects plants. I just love the live edit objects plants so much. I know I mention this all the time, but the textures and just like the colors are so much better in my opinion than the regular build and buy ones. Unfortunately though, some of them do have some pretty harsh shadows. So in certain builds and certain areas, they don't quite work, but when I can use them, I definitely prefer to. And I sized this one bush down like crazy. I put it everywhere and I actually just did this in another build that I'm going to share hopefully Sunday or Monday, and it's inspired by the new expansion pack because I can't help myself. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited about a pack in I can't even remember how long. I've watched the trailer so many times and I can't remember the last time I've done that. Like I've definitely like watched all of the trailers multiple times except for Journey to Batu because I'm just not into that pack. But this one I'm so excited about. But either way, here I'm just adding the final few details. I add some more plants over here and I still have to decorate the porches. I got a little bit ahead of myself. I do add some like seating areas and different decorations on the porch area. I really love this side porch, by the way, how it like wraps around to the back of the house. I wasn't going to do that originally, but I'm really happy that I thought of it because I think it's I don't know, I think it's just such a nice detail and it makes it feel more like a Craftsman style house. But either way, there I just added some more plants to the outdoor area. Here I'm just adding another seating area, and then I add a few more decorations and stuff to make the build feel complete. So hopefully you guys have liked this one. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to the build that I was just talking about, because I'm very excited to share it with you, and hopefully you guys enjoy the screenshots too. So thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
Don't need someone to save me, no, and don't come running to blame me. From miles away I can tell that something's off. The way you look and how you pause when you talk, I think you said enough. You said your love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never do. Here we are in your car, let me see who you are, who you really are, yeah. Don't need you here to say you're sorry, 'cause if you're gonna leave me, then just do it. Don't take it slow, don't be gentle, no, I just gotta know. If you're gonna leave me, then just do it. Let's be honest for a second, yeah. You're being over your head, babe, 'cause there is no one other than me that can make you feel